hope you're well. Thank you once again for joining us, very much appreciated. And in today's video, I'm going to continue from the last video, which was yesterday, and show you exactly what's happening over here and why this price action here is directly related to what happened on the 26th of January over here with this wonderful candle that formed here, which gave us a clue as to what may happen over here. But before I do that, the usual polite reminder, please remember everything in my videos are always for educational purposes only. Nothing should be taken as financial advice. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just giving you my perspective and the key levels that I'm looking at. So please do your wider research before you make any investment decisions. So with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. So for the last many videos, I've been talking about this candle here since the 26th of January when it formed. And I said to you that the top of the wick, which is at 38,960, and the bottom of the wick, which is 36,254, is going to play a key role, and that all of these candles here are being directed and directly affected by this candle here, because traders will be looking at this candle and will not be prepared to pay a price above this over here. And this is exactly what's happened. We came all the way back to these levels here before being strongly rejected. And now we're getting the after effects of those candles over here. Now what I'm expecting with this fall, as I've been tweeting, if you've been following my tweets, yesterday I said that this daily gravestone doji here is still in play, as none of the following candles has yet to close above its 38,960 level here, or close below the 36,254, which is here, on a 4-hour or a daily time frame. And I've said consistently all the way since this was formed that 80% probability to go lower and 20% probability to go higher here. Let's see which way it goes. And I said also, it's too exciting for words. I'm a sad case, I get excited by candles. And if you do want to follow me on Twitter, then please go to any of my videos, and in the description box you'll find my link there. So back to the charts. So this is exactly what we've been doing. We've been waiting for either this to break or this to break. And currently we're at 36,400. And what I'm expecting actually is that the bottom of this wick here, this candle that I've been talking about, at the bottom of this wick at 36,254, this is where I'm expecting a short-term support. We could even get a little bounce here before we come back and break this level here. So the question is, where is it going to break to? So as these candles have been forming here, I've been formulating my ideas whether to actually think that this is the actual bottom for this downturn that we've had since the last 3 months. And I'm of the opinion, and please remember it is only my opinion, it's my perspective, nobody else's, that this bottom is the bottom. I'm not expecting this price to break this bottom, and if it does, more than likely it may just dip down and then recapture this level again before we head higher. However, that is not the highest probability scenario as far as I can see. My view is that if you take the 61.8 from there to where we've just topped out here, you'll see that the 61.8 level comes down to 35,300 to 35,100 in this golden pocket here. So this is where I would expect, this level here is where I would expect a double bottom to form before we jump back up towards the upside, creating this double bottom W pattern, which I talk about often. So my highest probability scenario, and remember it's always about probabilities, not certainties, I'm expecting the price to come back to all this level down here, perhaps even stretching it down to this level as I've been talking about, the 34,600. So if you take this level down here, so this is the zone for me to accumulate back. And as most of you know, that when we broke this 40,000 key level, which I've been saying was my line in the sand, that this is where I would go underweight, which is exactly what I did over here. Since we came down to these levels, I started accumulating down here. And this is where I've just sold out because of this particular candle. So this candle has proved quite profitable for me. And my next buy zone is going to be this level here, from anywhere from around about the 35.5 level, which is the 61.8, to this level here at 34,600. So I'll do most of my accumulation in this region once the price comes back down here. So let's wait and see what happens. Please remember that once we break this 36,254 level, the bottom of this wick here, then it invalidates this wick from there on. Once we do get to these levels here, my next expectation is that we're going to get all the way up to the $40,000, $41,000 mark here before we get another rejection at this point. I mentioned in the last video that this 21 simple moving average, generally we have a rejection at this point, as we've done in the many times in the past, and that this is where I was expecting the rejection. So we got exactly the implications of this moving average here. And also I did the Fibonacci retracement to show you that this was a topping out level here. When we did the fibs from here to down here, it was quite clear that at this 61.8, 65% level, the golden pocket here, this is where there's a very high likely chance of being rejected. So this is exactly what's happened so far. So as you can see, there's a lot of confluence of a rejection at this point, and this is what gave me a lot of confidence that we're not going to get past this top of the wick of this candle here. We also looked at the 8 EMA, this is the green line over here, and I mentioned in yesterday's video that despite the fact that we've gone just above it and had 4 or 5 closes above the 8 EMA, I referred you to this similar happening over here, that this is what happened when the last time this happened and that we came down, and that I expected this to happen again, and this is exactly what's been happening here. So these are little clues that have been left by all these indicators that I've been showing you in the last few videos. Something interesting that's been happening on the 1 hour chart over the last few days, and I've been giving you the insight into each of these candles in terms of why I thought that we're basically getting a lot of rejections at these levels where we finally topped out here. And I explained to you this candle here, this shooting star, which is very, very bearish, and this was a sign that we haven't got much upside here. Sooner or later we're going to be coming back down to this side here. But what was forming here was actually, if you look at it, a head and shoulders pattern. Very, very clear head and shoulders pattern, which finally broke yesterday. And that's exactly what's panning out over here. And so far we've come to that support level I've been talking about at 36,200. So we'll get some support in these regions for a while before eventually coming back and then breaking down on this level. Okay, that's it for today. Just a quick update. I hope you found value in that. And if you did, then please do remember to like and subscribe and to turn on the notification bell. And if you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, then please leave them in the comments below. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.